How are we, AJ? Good, you? Good, mate.
Fury, give me the opportunity to fight for the championship. It ain't about looking past anyone, it's just knowing your purpose and knowing your steps forward and moving up the ladder. And I've got a clear goal. I know what this year's about. I know how tough this year's gonna be.
But this time I thought, you know what, it's going to be different again, because for the first time in forever, I'm the hunter, I'm not the hunted. And we all know that when I've always been the hunter in the past, I've always fought.
Anthony Joshua has reignited debate around Tyson Fury's latest fight by reportedly interrupting the conversation surrounding Fury's upcoming showdown with Mario and delivering a blunt warning. Joshua didn't hold back, saying what many boxing fans have already been asking: why is Tyson Fury taking...
I just think that these guys, they just dig a grave. The grave's already been dug, but they keep digging deeper and deeper and deeper. I'm just gonna do what I need to do. I got full belief. I just know exactly what I need to do. I'm not worrying. I respect him. I respect every opponent. But when I look at myself, I know what I got to do, and I know I'm gonna deliver. It's what I do. It's what I do, and it's what I'm gonna do.
Taking this fight instead of facing a younger, more dangerous opponent. The criticism centers on Fury's decision to face 46-year-old Mario, a veteran many believe is well beyond his prime. While Fury's team insists the fight is part of a big...
Good form, I've had good preparation, and I'm going to make an example of him. He's a big 6'7" lump, 18, 19 stone. He will not be able to get out of the way of me, and I'll knock his head right off his two shoulders. I'm going to lay him on...
Bigger plan and a step toward returning to top form. Plenty of people inside the boxing world aren't buying that explanation. To them, this isn't the kind of challenge expected from a fighter who once called himself the best heavyweight on the planet. And
can he beat him? I'm sure they believe he can, but you want to go in there when you're ready. And like you said, he's never been...
Anthony Joshua's camp reportedly sees the matchup as a low-risk fight that does little to answer the biggest questions surrounding Fury's future. Rather than proving he's still among the elite, critics argue the contest only raises more doubts about whether Fury is avoiding the division's most...
Tyson was a formidable man, but when you fight one of the hardest punchers in boxing history 3 times,
it takes something out of you.
Of course it does, yeah.
you takes it out, it never gets replaced.
Yeah.
You can never fill that tank up like you had it before. And every shot he took, don't forget in the last fight he went down 4 times, cannons of shots. He fought his heart out, he went to the well, he gave his all to get that knockout.
One of the greatest trilogies we've ever had.
And when he got that knockout, Tyson, he had nothing left after that. He lay...
dangerous names while waiting for another blockbuster payday. Promoter Eddie Hearn also questioned the logic behind the matchup, pointing out that Mario has rarely been pushed into deep waters in recent years. If Fury truly needs a difficult test before chasing another major...
Hi guys, I thought I'd take this opportunity to just say a little word about Thailand really. Very special place to me. I came here a few years ago. I fell in love with training here with the heat and everything, waking up every day, stunning. It's also a place where Christians, Muslims and Buddhists all live together in harmony. Unbelievable, very, very beautiful place. Very, very thankful that I'm able to fight here and raise money for the Father Ray Foundation. A very, very good cause, and I hope everyone can dig deep and give as much as they can, or as little as they can, and let's try and raise some money for a very, very good cause. These have been helping children for over 30 years, deprived, disabled, homeless, starving, all of the above. I'm going to give it my best shot to do the best I can to raise as much as I can for them, and yeah. Let's go. Thank you. Blessed be the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Your fight, many wonder whether this opponent can realistically provide it. The concern isn't about whether Fury will win. It's about whether the victory would actually prove anything. John Fury has also made headlines with comments that have fueled even more speculation. He has
owned those Alexander Usyk fights.
Well, you know, when I look at the thought process in that, you know, obviously he's talking to himself. He's telling himself he never lost a fight, and he's rearing up himself, which is a good thing, because you have to know how to motivate yourself to get yourself over that hill and get yourself ready for a competition. And he knows how to do that. He's been doing it for so many years now that, you know, it's like clockwork.
We spoke to Deontay Wilder, though, about his losses to Tyson Fury, and we actually sat down with a sports psychiatrist, and they said to us that he was never going to return to the level that he was at previously if he didn't accept defeat and he didn't come to terms with defeat. Do you not think there's an element of that with Tyson Fury, that unless he accepts the defeat to Alexander Usyk, he can't really put that to bed?
Boy, that's a good question. And yeah, you definitely have to accept defeat. I think people are motivated by different things. He's motivated by him telling himself, you know, what happened. If he told himself he never lost, then his self is going to believe he never lost because his self is telling him that. So I think, you know, that's, if it works.
Openly admitted that Tyson has been through brutal wars during his career, particularly the unforgettable trilogy with Deontay Wilder. Those battles took an enormous physical toll, and some observers believe Fury has never fully recovered from them. That has led to an uncomfortable...
Not what I'd have done. Look at Usyk. Usyk's saying, I'm 39-year-old, I want an easy time. He's picked Rico Van Hooven.
Yeah.
Man's not a boxer. I'm getting well paid for Rico, keeping my name out there, it's an easy fight. Even if Tyson wins this, it's 12 rounds of hard work he don't need at 38. What he should have done is box clever, done like Usyk's done, and had the trilogy. Let the two men kill each other.
Question: if Tyson Fury is no longer the same fighter physically, should he still be competing at the highest level? And if he is, shouldn't he be taking meaningful fights that strengthen his legacy instead of bouts many fans see as safe? Supporters of Fury are...
Before I know what happened, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to win this time. And it's, you know, especially against Magmadov, it's a big fight, dangerous fight. The guy's big and strong. If you go in there and you're not prepared properly, mentally and physically, you're going to lose. So he wants to make sure that he's prepared mentally and he looks physically prepared. I like the way he looks, and you know, I'm expecting exactly what he says. He's going to go out there and box well and move around and look good.
A lot of the narrative is about why is he coming back, and that retirement element. We actually caught up with John Fury earlier, and he said that when he first heard that Tyson was coming back, that he actually pleaded with him to stay in retirement. Look, I spoke to Tyson earlier and we were talking about him coming out of retirement, and he said that when he first spoke to you, that you weren't happy about it and you almost pleaded with him to stay retired. Why was that?
I'm still not happy, you know.
Argue that every fighter deserves a tune-up after time away from the ring. They believe rebuilding confidence and sharpening timing before stepping back into elite competition is a perfectly reasonable strategy. But critics insist there's a difference between a tune-up and a mismatch, and they believe this fight falls into the second category. Some have suggested Fury has attempted to shift the conversation.
Well, a lot of people's forgetting I put all this together. Me. The story, I've read him, and everybody seems to be having a field day, and I seem to be there with my nose pressed up against the window, letting all these people do what they're going to do. If it wasn't for me, he wouldn't even be alive. You know, and I've looked after him from being a pup. These people haven't. They've all moved into a ready-made meal and ate it.
By emphasizing charitable aspects surrounding the event and the positive atmosphere of the promotion. While those efforts have been welcomed by many, others argue that good intentions outside the ring don't change what happens inside it. Ultimately, fans judge fighters.
We'll come to Mariusz Wach, the 46-year-old opponent, in a minute. But I think I've read the comments from Tyson. I'll see him in a day or two, whenever it's going to be this week anyway. But he loves it here. Remember, I went to see him before he fought Arslan Makhmudov. I came out to Pattaya to see him, sat down with him in his favourite sports cafe, just outside Pattaya, and he's on almost the happiest I'd ever seen him in camp. And he did outline then why he loves this place so much. The Greng Jai, as they call it here, where they give you space. Everyone knows who he is. They see the Gypsy King jogging through the town with his ghetto blaster, with Celine Dion blasting out of there, or whoever it is at the time. The climate suits him. He's enjoyed himself. He's been trained by Sifu out here, the Australian coach. His son and Jonjo, his nephew, are out here. He's very settled here. He's been sleeping on a boat in the harbour. I don't know if you know that, and his team stay in the condos. It's a very happy place.
By the quality of the opposition standing across from them. Several boxing analysts have echoed similar concerns. They argue that preparation for major heavyweight clashes requires facing opponents capable of presenting genuine danger. If the challenge isn't serious enough, the fight becomes more of an exhibition than a true competitive contest. The criticism hasn't stopped there.
It's in a different country, on a different continent, not even in America. It's going to be in Thailand, and it won't be against someone good, and you could say that again. You know, Anthony Joshua is facing Christian Pringa on July the 25th, the day after this fight, right? And here's the thing. Joshua wanted a comeback fight. He didn't want to, for whatever reason, say that to Tyson Fury after Fury just beat Arslanbek Makhmudov. He didn't want to say it. I don't know why. Probably AJ overthinking things or reading too much into it, but you knew damn well he wanted a rehabilitation fight. Before I carry on, if you could very, very quickly have a look there on screen, if you could please consider hitting the like and the subscribe and hitting the notification bell, I would greatly appreciate it. He obviously wanted a comeback fight. A few weeks later, it was a Monday, it was announced that AJ would be fighting Christian Pringa. We didn't know who he was, we can joke about it.
Observers believe Tyson's current training camp appears far more relaxed than the intense preparations that once defined his championship runs. Images of Fury training in Thailand have generated mixed reactions online. While some fans appreciate the different environment, others believe the camp resembles a holiday more than a world-class.
But what I'm saying is, I'm quite sure Tyson expects the backlash, he expects the criticism, he expects the out, and people forget it. And you know that's how is Frank Warren involved in this? Is he the promoter? I'm mixed up because I think Tyson said that his promoter now was Turkey. I don't know if Frank says his advisor or his promoter. I don't know. So, number one, the fight's out in Thailand. So, is that a Queensberry show? That's number one. Number two,
they're on the poster.
Oh, okay, they're on the poster, so he must be down there.
Ring and center.
As an advisor or someone that might have just doing a favour and put it. I don't know the situation now. It's a bit confusing, the information that's come out. But on the whole, you know, I'm quite sure everybody around him will say, look, you're going to get some flack for this. Let it die down and get the stick. But the danger is this, and we've seen it always happens. If you get in there with somebody that's not very good, or you don't respect as being very good, that's where you make a mistake and you look bad. You beat him, but you look bad. Now that's like 46 years old. I think he's 133. Out of 33, he's stopped 20. He's lost. I think he's been stopped 8 or 10 times. I can't remember. But what I'm saying is, so there's no threat there. There should be no threat there. And this is how they're looking at it. They're going to take the flack. They're going to take the criticism. Tyson Fury's camp for picking this opponent.
As preparation for a professional fight. Meanwhile, Anthony Joshua has continued focusing on rebuilding his own career against opponents many consider legitimate tests. That contrast has become a major talking point among boxing fans. Joshua's supporters argue that he is actively seeking.
If you ask me about the fight, Mariusz Wach is 46. Now, Mariusz Wach was a handful at one point. When he boxed Klitschko, he was unbeaten, lost on points to Klitschko, I believe. When was that? November 2012? Wow. Time's flown by. Lost to Povetkin. I would say 2017, he started to get a little bit older. I've met the guy, he's an absolute giant. He's one of the biggest men I've ever met. Probably the second biggest man I've ever met. David Price, probably the biggest. Oh, it's ginormous. So as far as the boxing contest goes, at 46, you know, I think he's won 4 of his last 12. The defeat to Atama obviously was his last bout in the UK, and people will remember that and they'll say, why is Tyson Fury boxing him? But it looks like he's doing it for a very good
meaningful competition, while Fury appears to be taking a more cautious route. Former champions and respected analysts have also weighed in. Johnny Nelson has acknowledged that Fury's choice of opponent is likely to generate criticism regardless of the result. Even a dominant victory may leave fans asking what was.
Oh my god, I'm watching the highlights here. Like, one of the guys throws a kick and he just goes like whoop. I love these types of fights where they have like the big logos plastered on the chest and the back. This is not, I mean, this is work or shoot. I think it's a shoot, to be honest. This is so weird. Anyway, this is the guy. He's fighting another. So we're getting. The nice thing about it is the fights line up. It's going to be Tyson on the 24th, and it's going to be. Oh, they're going to be back to back actually. 25th, right? AJ's the 25th against Christian Prenga. So at the very least, we can't say that the dates, the schedules, all that stuff and more do not line up. So there you have it. Tyson Fury has a fight. It's a weird one.
Actually accomplished. When expectations are overwhelmingly one-sided before the opening bell, it's difficult for the winner to earn significant credit afterward. Heavyweight Dave Allen has also discussed the matchup, pointing to Mario's recent record as evidence that this isn't the strongest available opponent.
So you let us dig our own grave, and then you just legit with it to say, all right then, if that's your opinion on it, let the news come out by itself.
Unfortunately, trust, as you know, in this game is massive, and if you break it once, you're never getting it back. It's very hard to build. So unfortunately, the things even I know now about some of the fights that have been planned and talked about will blow people's minds away. But unfortunately, trust is massive.
While Allen stopped short of completely dismissing the contest, he acknowledged why many fans remain skeptical about its competitive value. Broadcaster Ariel Helwani highlighted another important point. In today's boxing landscape, perception matters almost as much as performance.
In Thailand when you said that, but I didn't anticipate it being Mariusz Wach. If the Joshua fight is to happen, I get that there should be no risk, but people won't like him fighting Wach. But if he goes on to fight Joshua and beats him, no one will care about this. So I don't think it's a great PR move for here and now, but if he feels like he's not doing some good leading to a big fight with Joshua or whoever else.
If the wider boxing community views a fight as unnecessary or uncompetitive, that narrative can overshadow everything that happens inside the ring. Carl Froch has been among the most outspoken critics. The former world champion believes elite fighters should consistently pursue the toughest available challenges, particularly when discussing legacy. According to that viewpoint,
all the noise around this fight now leans towards the fight happening in the States, and I've got to be honest, that is an absolute fucking piss take. It's out of order. You've got two British heavyweight fighters, former world champions, fighting in the biggest fight in British boxing history, and it's not going to be on British soil. Just taking the piss out of the fans. If it goes over to the States, there's nobody really that can agree, other than money, that this fight should be happening over there. They've both made over 100 million. They're both absolutely flying financially. So what's an extra 10 million when you've got 150 million in your bank? I'm sure it don't make much difference, but it's about honouring the fans and honouring the people that have been there from the start of your career, people that have bought tickets time after time, after you've been beat up, after you've lost your titles, after you've tried to come back, after you've said a few things that's pissed a few people off. The fans have stuck by the side of Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury through thick and thin. Finally, just to finish on this rant, a message to the powers that be, the promoters, Eddie Hearn, Frank Warren, Zuffa, Dana White, Turki Al Sheikh, whoever's making that final decision. Are you going to ask the British fans to spend, give or take, $5,000 on a flight out of here to Vegas, ticket for the show, hotels, all the costs, expenses, etc., or watch it at 4 a.m. on Netflix? Either of them's hard work. Or you're going to stick it on in Britain at one of the...
Every fight late in a champion's career should strengthen, rather than weaken, their historical standing. The debate ultimately comes down to legacy. Tyson Fury has already accomplished more than most heavyweights ever dream of achieving. He's won world titles, ended long unbeaten streaks, and produced unforgettable performances on the biggest stages. Those achievements are secure.
All I can say is, it's an addiction, isn't it? Like anything else. Once you've been in the spotlight a lot of years, and all of a sudden your phone stops ringing, the people stop patting you on the back, the cheers and the noise dies down. Some people can't handle it, and he's obviously one of these that can't do it.
We spoke a lot about that Gypsy King persona because, again, in his book he talks about the fact that early on he was almost acting with the Gypsy King. Do you think now that it's almost taken over, do you think he knows how to be Tyson without the Gypsy King?
No. No, the Gypsy King has took him over completely. He is the Gypsy King.
However, fans often remember how legendary careers finish just as vividly as how they began. For Fury's supporters, this fight represents nothing more than one final step toward bigger opportunities ahead. They believe judgment should be reserved until his next move becomes clear. If this bout leads directly into another elite...
I can understand Tyson fighting out there because he spent time out there just training. He just wants to get out. So we kind of can't jump on him for picking this opponent because he's expecting it. This is not about the opponent. This is about Tyson Fury getting out, getting a workout and getting paid for it. God knows how much. I don't think it'd be that much.
Heavyweight showdown. Today's criticism may eventually be forgotten. For his critics, however, the concern runs much deeper. They believe the decision reflects a growing reluctance to face the division's most dangerous opponents. Whether that's because of age, accumulated punishment, financial priorities, or simple career management remains a matter of opinion. The reality is that only Tyson Fury can answer those questions once he steps into the ring. A dominant performance may silence some doubters, but it probably won't end the debate entirely. Fans will still want to see him tested against the very best before declaring that he remains one of boxing's elite heavyweights. Until then, Anthony Joshua's warning continues to resonate throughout the sport. Is Tyson Fury carefully rebuilding toward one last championship run, or is he protecting himself from the toughest challenges still available? That question hangs over this fight more than any prediction about the result itself. When the opening bell finally rings, Fury will have the chance to answer his critics the only way a fighter truly can, through his performance. But regardless of the outcome, the conversation surrounding his opponent, his legacy, and his future is unlikely to disappear anytime soon.